Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the In Too Deep podcast. I'm joined with an old friend of mine, Mrs. Sophie Handsaker over here. Really random how this came about. I was literally doing market research for this podcast. I typed in podcast in Instagram.
Yep.
And your face comes up and your podcast.
And it's me.
Yeah, and it's fucking you.
And it's haunted
And I
you.
was like, it's haunted me ever since. And so I was like, I need to get her on. She's going to be great. So Sophie, she's a mother.
Yep.
She is also in the fitness industry. Also a small business owner.
Yes.
So I thought she'd be amazing for the show. She's also been through a lot of shit, so I thought we could touch on as well. So welcome to the show.
Thank you
Mrs.
so much.
Sophie Handsaker.
Sophie Handsaker. Pleasure to be here.
Well, why don't you start by telling the people who is Sophie Handsaker?
Who is Sophie Handsaker? Great question. Originally born and bred country girl, which is often a delight. So I have a bit, probably a different nature to most people. It's the country like concept of me. We're grounded. Hate to say it. And then
Tooting your own horn there, I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically trying to say that country people are the optimal sort of breed of people. So basically humble beginnings, small town country girl. Went to school in Sydney and absolutely thrived. Just like my podcast name, That's Full On, I am full on. Full of life, I am impulsive and I'm erratic, and it shows in a lot of facets of my life. One of which being that I have lost my license 5 times and I fell pregnant to my partner on the first night. So I am impulsive and I love fun.
Okay, I was just about to ask you
fun.
I was about to ask you what the most impulsive thing you've ever done is, but having falling pregnant the first night you slept with your husband, you said?
Yeah, well, it's fiance, yeah.
Okay. That's probably going to take the cake, right?
I think that's a journey within itself. I mean, I think, okay, this is interesting. A lot of women out there spend their whole life not trying to fall pregnant. When you're relaxed, I had sex the first night. I thought, okay. On the second, third day, I said to my fiance, if you keep doing that, I will fall pregnant. He said, yeah, whatever. And I was already pregnant at that point.
Okay.
Yep.
So you did warn him?
I did warn him and he kept going.
Okay.
Yep.
And so how did becoming a mother change you?
Wow. Honestly, to the default of most mums out there who paint it as a picture that it's baby chinos and beautiful photos and matching linen sort of outfits, is the hardest thing I've ever done. I find it so repetitive.
Yeah.
And I find it so repetitive that I just need to escape sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't think I love it. My partner says to me, you're Sophie Handsaker. You're not actually really built for this. You're a good mum, but it's not who you are. I said, I know.
Yeah.
So I really struggle with the identity of a mum.
Okay. And tell me what you mentioned it's the hardest thing you've ever done. What do you find personally so hard about it?
It's a sacrifice. If you're a good parent, it's a level of sacrifice. If you're committed to your child, the well-being of a child, the development, that they're in the right schooling, that they've got friends, that they're going to sport, that they're healthy, that they're sleeping, and you actually care, it's exhausting because you do not switch off. And that's what I found with ADHD and the correlation with motherhood. You don't switch off and it's constant. You just can't catch a break.
And that resonates with me. So like as a single dad, 50% of custody of the kids, it's the hardest thing I've ever done.
100%.
Most rewarding thing ever, but also it's the most challenging and sacrificial decision I think any human can make. I don't know any parents who probably don't feel the same way. Would you agree?
I think that people say that it's all rainbows and butterflies and they don't actually are not honest about how hard it is.
Yeah, no.
It's the reality.
Totally agree.
It's like marriage. It's hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
You understand that there's a start and a finish to the day and that they do the same thing all the time. It's full on.
Yeah.
Repetitive.
So speaking of full on, your podcast, That's Full On. It's how I've sort of discovered that I wanted to have you on here.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So That's Full On podcast is just a whole array of stories that are full on. It doesn't cover anything in particular. It goes from, one of my friends tragically losing her son, her brother on a farming accident, to me doing a bomb scare in my local town and evacuating both the high school and the primary school, to me talking about my story with my fiance, etc. So it covers everything.
Okay, it sounds like your ADHD is coming into full play
100%.
here. Okay.
Yep.
And so tell us, you mentioned that you are quite full on.
Yep.
What's the most full on part of you?
I honestly think I am way too honest for people.
Okay.
Like, when someone says say someone says something about someone and that person comes in, I'll say, oh, Jeff, you just said that about them. So they're here now. So you can say that. I am so myself that it scares people. It's too much for you. I'm authentic. And as my mum used to say to my fiance, Jason, she will not do anything she doesn't want to do. And I won't. I've got very firm boundaries, and that scares people because it's like they think I'm aggressive. No, I'm assertive. This is where we're at, and this is what I'm not going to do, and this is what I will do. And that scares people because they're not themselves.
No, I agree. And I respect, one of the reasons I want to have you on the show is the respect I have for how much you just put yourself out there and just do the most wild, what some people would deem unhinged stuff on your social media.
Yep.
I think I checked your podcast, you were like hitting a vape or something.
Yeah,
when I was checking on the videos.
Yeah, I one of the TikTok videos has 2 million followers, and if you read through those comments, you will you're so funny. They think I'm this awful. They think I'm a bitch. These people that are looking at me when I'm taking their piss at work, like a business I own. It's funny. You got to read the comments. It's great.
Okay, so tell me, were you born and bred and raised this way, this sort of country girl aura of yours, or did you kind of develop this sort of thicker skin as you got older?
Great question. Believe it or not, I come from a very strict home, like military camp strict.
Do you reckon this is you pushing back on the upbringing potentially?
Yeah, like when people say that my mum and dad are my best friends, I don't have that. Okay. My mum and dad are my parents. They set very strict guidelines and boundaries of how to behave in public and in the home. My mum would write a list of jobs we're meant to do and divide it down the line, Sophie and my brother Ben. And if we were not up at a certain time in the school holidays, we'd get a phone call to the home and ask why we're not awake and why the jobs are not completed. My mum used to say to me, Sophie, are you really going outside without any makeup on? Sophie, you cannot wear those clothes down the street. That's how we were raised. Very strict, very proper. And my mum couldn't fathom the fact that I was a tomboy. I was physical. I like to be outside. I want to be around brother's friends. You know what I mean? So yeah, that I don't think she likes that very much.
Okay. So you've also been through a lot of shit.
Yep.
I'm aware of. Can you tell me about the hardest thing you've ever been through?
Yeah. Okay. So the hardest thing I've ever been through, experiencing trauma, and experiencing death going on 12 years ago. My late partner, hung himself in my house when I was asleep in Redfern. There's obviously a lot to say around that, and physicians and doctors that used to meet me after the fact would just tell me it's a massive trauma. There's no right or wrong way to deal with what you've seen. I resuscitated him, and he was deceased in the home, and there was a lot of backlash that came after his death that I was responsible, and that by far was the hardest lesson I've ever learnt. So I was blamed for that.
Yeah. And how did you work through that?
I had a very wise father who told me that the people that are giving you the blame that's not your late part. That's not Nathan's voice. That's someone else's voice. So you have to keep moving forward and also understand what would Nathan want you to do. So I'm also fighting a battle that essentially Nathan couldn't fight. He couldn't hold anymore. So I've got to forge my way forward. And it was just day by day. But what I used to do, and this is the insane thing about therapy, but I used to do this. This is crazy. I used to walk down the train line when I used to work as an advertising exec in St. Leonard's, and I used to go up to people randomly and say, hey, how are you going today? They said, good. I said, my boyfriend hung himself 6 weeks ago. Some people would repel me. Well, that's full on. And maybe 1 out of the 10 would say, that's so interesting. My son did that 3 years ago, and we'd connect. Brick by brick, day by day, each story that I connected with, I'd learnt, number 1, I'm not alone. Number 2, I connected to people that shared the same experience as me, if not worse. And that's what actually helped me. Connection is everything. Connect with people that have been through the same thing as you. It's very hard. It's like explaining to someone you've lost a child, they haven't got kids. They don't understand that. It's not the same. So that's what I used to do.
Yeah. So you're saying instead of being closed off and keeping it to yourself, put yourself out there. And that sort of plays into your personality, right? You're polarizing.
Yep.
Like some people were like, that's too full on. Quote unquote. And then other people were really drawn to you, and then you probably made a lot deeper connections through that way.
So I'm everyone's source of motivation. I know everyone's secrets. Like I know everything about everyone. They divulge with me in the first 5 minutes. My partner will go to me, how did you get that information from them? So they just tell me. They said, yeah, you're like an open book. But sometimes it comes with its heaviness because you're constantly propping people up.
Yeah.
Because people think I'm positive all the time.
Yeah.
She's upbeat. She's irreverent. I can say that to her. She doesn't care. But yeah, I have feelings. I'm not immortal.
So do you have time to, take on board your negative emotions and, feel like shit? Because a personal trainer, I had toxic positivity problem.
Yep.
Can't feel like shit.
Yep.
Got to wake up. Got to have a smile on your face every morning. That was totally me for a long time, and I wouldn't let myself feel the negative emotions.
It's awful.
So you sound like you're in a place where you can let yourself feel.
Yeah, I have obviously coping mechanisms that I use, and I do feel flat and I do feel anxious, but that's going to happen. Like, that's normal. But yeah, what you just said, Jeff, just then, you're always the one that's got to have the smile on their face. No one really checks up on you either because you're the strong person.
Yeah.
Oh, Sophie's got it all together. I should be able to handle that. I'll just divulge this on Sophie. I have people do that to me all the time. I'm like, whoa. Some people I say, some funerals I will not go to if I'm feeling not emotionally sound, particularly if there's suicide. Even if it's a friend sometimes, I don't sometimes have the capacity to do that. I just break down. I have to look after myself.
Yeah.
Too triggering for me.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it's funny you say like you have that depth because I knew we jumped on a quick call yesterday and it went like we were deep within I'm like, we could make a podcast out of this phone call. So that worked really well. So tell me, you're in the fitness industry, you're in the small business, you're also in a cafe on the Central Coast here in Sydney. Tell me what's your favourite thing about your job?
I can be myself.
Okay.
So if there is a complaint at our cafe, that reflects on me. If the business isn't running well, that reflects on me. So if I've offended someone, that's on me. I haven't got some HR coming for me. I used to work in the police and child protection. That was just dismal, right? You're basically crucified, put in line. Everything's very regimented. I run my own race now. As a personal trainer and a small business owner, I dictate the rosters. I am HR. So if you've got a problem, you come to me and I'm in control of that. And I now finally feel at 36 years of age, I'm where I'm meant to be. I'm a people person. I'm forward facing and I'm in control of that. So how many clients I have or how busy our cafe is how hard you work. What you put in is what you get out. So I like that. I'm in control.
Okay. And so how do you handle, you mentioned, people complaining. How do you handle complaints? Do you handle it well or do you sort of like?
You know what's funny, Jeff? This is funny. People are so stupid. They go up to my fiance and say, how do you handle her? Bro, wrong person. He protects me. He goes, handle who? He goes, you're like a fucking depressed lesbian, bro. So he says back to them, because you're flat. So you find her too much, you're flat. But people say to my workers, how do you work with her? But they're like, what? What do you mean? Why not? So how do I handle complaints? It doesn't actually happen that often. I've had a couple of run-ins at the gym. That was funny. They're by, say like a ego-driven man that doesn't like a strong woman. And I absolutely rinsed this guy.
Okay. Tell us more about that.
Oh, it's just aggression on aggression, ego versus ego. So if you want to come up to me and start those things, then I'm going to finish it because you're not going to speak to me like that. So yeah, 100%. Tell me about that. He just said something that was demoralizing and he thought it was okay because I was training a male client and I've turned around and giving him an absolute serve to the point where someone else in the gym said I should apologize to him, which no.
No apologies from you.
I had to apologize in the end. I did because I'm a good person like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep the peace.
Yeah. So not just pretty in pink, bit
Not
feisty
just
as
pretty
well.
in pink.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So you mentioned on a call yesterday you wanted to chat a little bit about authenticity, which I think you do really well. Is that like I kind of asked this before, but is that something you've always been good at? Have you always been your authentic self, or is that something that has changed?
Well, I think you know this because you went to a private school, just like I went to a private school in Sydney, and it's a pretty harsh reality, private school. The caliber of people, the facade of who their parents are, the politics, and I really struggled with that when I was at that school because everyone's fake. I'm so sorry. Like, how are you? It's like, I'm so good, bro. How are you? Meanwhile, I don't know. Don't you reckon everyone's quite fake?
Yeah,
They're
can
timid.
be like that, yeah.
They hide behind shit. You know what I mean? And I struggle with that. Now I've moved out of Sydney, away from that, where people don't feel they need to be something else. I'm probably more at home. It's a bit more relaxed for me. So I can be myself. People are still going to ridicule me. People still say I'm full on. But I find my people I want to be around. And my dad has always raised me, not everyone's going to like you. So if you have that fear of not being liked, you will never actually truly become who you want to become. I believe that. People are so scared. What if they don't like me? Or what if I, don't wear this or don't do that? That doesn't, no.
It's funny because we're natural tribe creatures, right?
Yes.
And so like being out of the tribe,
Yep.
being seen as different is sort of ingrained in us.
Yes.
And it's really hard. But this day and age, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? So
It's a sense of connection.
yeah.
So we belong to a certain group. But no, you don't have to belong to a certain group.
Yeah.
Like I have girls that come in the cafe like, hi, how are you? I'm like, baby, went to a public school, why are you speaking like that? Do you know what I mean? And you know what Jason says to me? Like, because I come from a privileged background, but I don't behave like these idiots. I've got a bloody Land Rover Discovery, Dad had bought it for me, but I don't behave like these idiots. How are you? Baby driving a Hyundai Excel and you went to public school with no university degree. Like, it's okay, sis. Just relax.
Okay.
So that's why I know myself.
Yeah.
But heaven forbid if I went back to the Central Coast and behaved like people do in Sydney, how are you? It's so good to see you. I would have no friends.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Imagine if I behaved like that.
How long have you been up the coast?
5 years.
Okay. And no coming back now?
Oh, it's just it's too comfortable for me there.
Yeah, fair.
My brother's in Bondi. He comes. My parents are in the country. It's good now. It's slow.
Right.
It's easy.
Like that.
Yeah.
So tell me, authenticity is obviously pretty important to you. Are there any other values you try to live your life by?
Values. Okay, so now as a mum and being made an honest woman, like being engaged just recently, I think I think when you look at how your parents parented you, and I'm not saying they made mistakes, but you don't want to. My parents are tough love. I don't want to do tough love for our son Albie. I want to be there for him. So I'm probably approaching that more friendship thing. That's something that I very much value. I'm in a committed relationship. I want to give my son everything, even when I'm probably not doing as well mentally. We haven't got much left. That's what I value. It's what I've decided to do. I'm not half-assed. So making sure my son knows that he's valued and loved, that's a value for me. Always being loyal to my partner in every facet, everything he supports. And I think, what's interesting about what I've learned now with mental health and people in marriages that are successful and not successful, you have to keep doing the work on yourself. Because when your relationship goes to shit, it goes to waistline, and you haven't done the work on yourself, and you expect someone else to carry the trauma, carry the scars, but you're not going to hold yourself accountable. You must do the work on yourself, and I'm always doing that for myself.
And what does that look like? What does doing the work look like for you?
Well,
Because I know it's different for everyone.
Yeah, the most apparent thing was getting medicated for ADHD because I was sort of very impulsive. Do I like the meds? No. I have unlike most relationships, I've got a very open relationship in terms of the communication. Where it's not, when people let things build up and then too late, 6 months
under
later.
the rug and then
Then it explodes and you say, wow, I didn't know you felt that way.
Yeah.
Jason, I don't have that. It's sometimes very confronting. I said this morning, I'm bored. I was getting that erratic mood. He goes, oh, here she goes. He can feel it. She's got to have a bloody implosion. So we've got that rawness. We don't hide anything. We say it as it is, and I value that. Do the work on yourself so you can show it for your partner and for your family.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't be upset when it all falls apart. You didn't do the work on yourself.
Yeah. So tell me, ADHD medicated, how long have you been medicated for, and how did that change? How did that change you?
Oh, ADHD medication, it's a amphetamine. So as soon as you take it, you see like this. And no word of a lie, my partner would come home and it's like, how you going, Soph? And that's what I do. And he'd go, whoa. And he'd say to me, I don't like you medicated. And I said to Jason, I said, Jace, do you like ADHD, Sophie, or medicated? So he goes, what do you think? I said, I don't know. He goes, I like ADHD, so it's who I fell in love with. So I don't like to take my meds. So I don't like to take them. They're very suppressing.
Yeah.
You don't eat. You don't sleep well. So unfortunately, I just raw dog it. And it's hard because I deal with insomnia. Imagine switching my mind off. It's hard.
So does it help you make life more manageable? Is that sort of...
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
But now that I'm not in a role where I'm managed, when I used to work behind a desk in the corporate world, I'm now free to be myself. I get manic in PT sessions and I can feel it coming on, and sometimes the client's a bit like, well, what just happened? And I have to control that. But it was worse when I was in office. Like when I'm manic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite impulsive. Like I do.
You impulsive, really? I didn't
Yeah.
get that. I didn't get that from you.
So yeah, just if you can't, ADHD is a superpower. If you can't manage it in terms of breaking down a task and finishing one thing at a time, and it's ruining your relationship and the way you parent, sure. My severity of my ADHD is quite severe, and my partner just made the comment the other day. I've come a long way. I used to lose it. You know, the housemate like pick things apart, and I can't come back. I can't get myself to baseline. That's common because you can't regulate. So, but now I'm getting better at it.
Okay. I love that. And so let's rewind a little bit. You were talking about, you know, your relationship with your partner and how you guys are in a really good spot. So tell me, what are some other key aspects to what you would say would be like a happy, healthy relationship? Obviously, communication was one. Don't let things get swept under the rug. Anything else that you can think of off the top of your head?
You have to actually make sure you're in love with each other.
And how do you do that?
You can tell when someone's in love with you. That's a pretty love is safety. And I think also about a relationship is that I actually asked Mum the other day, my mum, I said, well, you've been married for 46 years. She goes, yeah, it's fucking hard. And it's compromise and it's sacrifice and it's understanding as well. When you're at a rough time in your marriage or a relationship, 9 times out of 10, it should be temporary. You're going to work through it. You're going to remember you're a team. Don't work against each other. You work together as a team. Have the honest conversation and move forward on with it. Do you know what I mean? You've got to have a conversation. Playtime. You've got to have a laugh. You have to make, you know what it's like with kids? You've got to make the time. And then before you know it, you're housemates and we're all screwed because someone's not getting screwed. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it happens.
I've been there, don't worry.
You do you know what I
mean?
There's no play.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. Like people say they're unhappy. I'm like, you know, do you laugh with your partner? Do you know my partner and I laugh all the time? To the point where someone said at the cafe, oh, it's so cute you work with your best friend. They thought Jason and I were best mates. No, that's my fiance.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what you want. Yeah.
So we laugh. He doesn't control me. So there's a lot of trust. So that's also very important. When there's insecurity, you let insecurity breed and jealousy. It manifests in terrible ways. But that comes down to trust. So that's, you've got to trust each other.
Okay.
Yep.
That's very, very wise of you, all that. I love that.
It is. Yeah. But also allowing that person to be themselves. You have to let them be themselves.
Yeah, you can't force them to be something that they don't want to be or someone that they're not.
Big one as well, when your partner's struggling, especially men, don't try and fix them. You got to let them hit rock bottom and know that you're there. I've learned that. You got to let them hit it. You're not their mum. Don't try and fix them. They will come back to you, but you need to create the space. I'm here. Let them hit rock bottom. I used to try and fix and save. Leave them. Yeah. They'll come back to you. So that's not.
That's interesting. Have you heard the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus?
Yes.
So that's the concept, but it's the other way around. It's women just want to vent, right?
Yep.
So men need to let women just talk and talk shit and not try to be like, hey, you should try this, you should try this. Just let the girls talk. Yep. And guys want to jump, and guys want solutions to their problems sometimes. So, but
also as well, you know this, Jeff. So say you go out with your mates and whatever you're doing, you guys don't actually talk to each other.
No,
I said to Jason,
there's a select few mates who I can get kind of deep with on an emotional level.
You go out,
but more or less, it's not.
Yeah, how's your mate? I don't know. It's like, what? When I go out with my best friend for long lunch, babe, we've discussed every single facet of her life for 6 hours. We don't stop talking. That's an issue with mental health with men and relationships. I feel sorry for men. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be really raw here, and I'm referring back to my late partner. Like, imagine if he would have said to me, hey, Sophie, I want to hang myself up the staircase there. That's pretty raw. Not many people are going to say that. A woman might say, I want to kill myself or whatever, but I just think men don't talk, and it's an issue because they've got to be men. And I find that very sad.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of the reasons why I'm becoming a therapist, so I can relate to guys who are similar to me who might not necessarily have anyone they can reach out to and go deep with.
You'll be good
it's something
with that.
I really love.
You'll be very good at that.
Well, thank you.
You have a very calming voice as well.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's true.
That. So you also mentioned, things you value, and as a mother, you want to be able to give a lot to your kids, especially when you're empty. And that's the hardest thing, I think, for me as a parent is try not to fly off the fucking handle when I am like 5 days on my own with the kids and they are touching me and I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Like I can't handle this. And they're following me into the bathroom and I've got no space. Like how do you
I don't.
How do you not lose it, or you lose it?
Shut up.
Yeah, no.
So
I think every parent's been there, right? Like it's just.
I'm not gonna, babe. I just say
No
shut
sugarcoating.
up. But do you know what's funny? I don't know whether your child does this. Say, obviously, when you're with their mum and you're talking to their mum, did your kids purposely interject so you couldn't speak to your partner?
Oh, of course. They're like, I'm talking to you, Daddy. And it's just like, oh, no, I'm talking to someone else. They want your undivided attention 24/7. They don't care about what you're doing or who you are. That's the hardest thing about it. They call kids like little narcissists, right? They don't care.
My son's evil.
about what's going on. They want what they want, and they want it now, and they want it right now. That's the most exhausting part.
Yeah, you know what my son said to me? Why don't you shut up? I'm talking to Daddy. And I'm like, well, he said the other day, get me food. I said, do you not speak to me like that? He goes, get me food. Baby, he's 4. He's yelling at me. Oh,
That's attitude.
Flying off the handle, I don't do well at all, Jeff. I fly off the handle. Okay. I tell him to shut up. I don't like going through haymakers at my son, but like he's a lot. He's like me as a kid, very demanding, must be on me, has troubles. Like he's on. He does not produce melatonin, I don't think.
Okay.
No, he's off his head. My son, he would jump right now from this windowsill doing front flips. He's very funny.
So the universe has just sent you a boy version of you, you'd say?
Yep. He's exactly like me.
Okay.
I love it though. And I hope I have a girl next because this chick's going to be something else.
Oh my God.
I'm going to make her something else.
I'm worried for the world.
You should be.
If
Everyone
not,
should be
Sophie
worried.
running around.
I'm
Holy
coming
shit.
for you.
Okay. So tell me, do you have any sort of daily rituals or anything that you do to sort of make sure your mental and physical health are in tip-top
Yeah,
form?
masturbation.
Masturbation? Yeah, nice.
Masturbation's super healthy.
Okay,
It's one of
fair.
the things that really relaxes me. That's not a joke.
Yeah.
I think more people should masturbate. I don't understand as well, and this is actually not so trying to be funny. If you've been caught masturbating and you're a boy, why are girls so offended over that? I could caught my husband masturbating. So? Like I've walked down before and I said, what are you doing, Jace? He goes, masturbating. I said, oh, okay. Then I'll just go back upstairs and let
Do
him
you guys
finish.
use the formal term masturbating? Surely you say having a wank or something.
No, he
instead,
says,
like-
what does it look like? I'm
Masturbating.
masturbating.
Righto, okay. It's very formal of you guys, okay.
That's what he says.
There you go.
What does it? No, sorry. What does it look like? I'm wanking.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay,
That's
cool.
what I thought. Okay.
So daily rituals, yeah, definitely masturbation. I think for me as well, I'm high energy. I like high energy music. It pumps me up. Exercise, the most essential thing that is paramount or directly correlates with mental health. If you're not exercising and you feel like shit, even if it's a 20-minute walk or whatever it is, it will shift your mood. It sounds very obvious. It sounds basic, but it's everything. So yeah, just exercise.
Yeah, it's about doing the work, and I can vouch for that. So I picked up my first pair of dumbbells when I was, I think, 12 or 13,
Good.
and basically never put them down.
Yep.
I had a minor surgery about 6 weeks ago. I told you I had a vasectomy.
Yes, okay, wonderful.
And I ended up getting an infection after it. And I couldn't train for about a month.
Yep.
And my mental health really suffered. And obviously, like, you know, you hear everyone go, hey, training's so important for your mental health. But I had no idea when that was pulled away from
Yep.
me how much of an impact that had on me. And I was spiraling pretty bad, especially that first week. I was
100%.
like, because I have a rule, like I don't like to never miss more than 3 days of training.
That's good.
I try to do 2 days, but if it's 3 days, 3 days is the absolute limit. But this
Yep.
was like, we're talking like a week, and I was just like, I was going crazy.
So when you say you got an infection, you looked at your balls and you thought that didn't look right.
No, so luckily I actually got an infection in my bowel. My
Oh,
stomach was
in your
fucked, in
bowel.
my abdomen. I don't even know how it happened. The doctors still don't really see the correlation. But yeah, I think they said because I was run down from the surgery that
Yep.
maybe something happened. And
Yep.
so I had severe stomach pain. So
Yep.
lucky my balls didn't blow up and explode.
No, that's right. And then go inside you.
But yeah, and I was like, yeah, I had massive regrets. I'm like, why did I fuck with my balls? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, is this going to be forever? I was on Reddit going, oh my God, what's going to happen? It's just
Yeah,
like,
the Reddit's
people are saying
dangerous.
it's happened months. I've
It's
had
normal.
problems for years, and I'm like, fuck. So I'm back to 100%, back training.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good little shake up to show me how, you know, we take our health for granted a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
Bingo.
So just to be able to go to the gym and move my body pain free. Like I couldn't even go for I'd go for a run, and after 100 meters, my stomach would be wrecking. I
100%.
couldn't lift a single weight. So like sometimes you need to be rocked in life a little bit to appreciate things that you just do on a day-to-day basis.
Yep. You don't realize how lucky you are until you hear these people that have freak accidents and they're now in a wheelchair. And you took that, I don't feel like going for a walk today. Oh, it's such a shame that I can afford a PT.
Yeah.
Take it for granted.
Yeah.
Are you a morning exerciser? Are you a get up and go, got to do it in the morning?
No, so I'm more of like I like to, have you heard the saying eat the frog? You do the like,
Eat the shit sandwich?
yeah, you do the shittest thing first. And
Yeah.
for me, I can always get up for exercise.
Of course.
Doesn't matter what time. So
Yeah.
I like to do like computer work first thing.
Oh.
Because I like to jump on the computer first thing because that's my most productive time. And then I
Yep.
can go to the gym anytime. 3, 4 p.m.
Oh, can you still got energy at 3 or 4
I
o'clock?
can go in. I tend to go earlier, like maybe 2.
Yep.
After I've eaten at midday. So I usually go at 1 or 2, and I can go at 4 or 5, whatever. But like, I can always make time for the gym, but I need to get the work done on the computer first, because I'm a little ADD as well. I don't like sitting still. So I sit still for the first couple of hours, then I'm fucking...
And tell me this, because you used to own a gym. How did you feel when you sold the gym and then moved in just to training? Was that a big adjustment for you?
Yeah, that was huge. I've spoken about this on the podcast as well, because the gym was my identity.
That's right.
And I opened in 2015. It was called Lord of the Rig.
Yep.
People still call me the Lord. People still call me the Rig.
Absolutely.
From the gym that I owned all these years ago. And I tried, I don't know if you know, but I started a business. I was selling a high protein cereal business, which actually went bust after about a year. And that was a really hard thing. And one of my guests that I had on, Bevan Pfeiffer, we were talking about just detaching, because we are more than our careers, right? We are more than
just
being a
mum.
parent.
Yes.
More than just all of this stuff. So that was a huge, huge thing for me.
Yep.
And I'm still finding my new identity, right? Like I've gone back to study a master's of psychotherapy and counseling. So I'm still like, I'm used to be able to go a lot faster.
Babe, I'm so lost.
So when I didn't have kids, when I didn't have kids, I could make things happen quicker.
Of course.
I could start businesses, grow businesses, and now with kids, I feel like my bandwidth has changed so much that like I'm so much slower.
Oh God, but the capacity.
Yeah, and so it's really frustrating at times.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all about like just every day I'm just trying to find out who the new version of me is.
I love that you say that. No one says that.
Yeah.
That they're lost.
Yeah.
It's pretty crippling. I say to my partner when I first had the baby, I'm just a mum. Said this is gonna pass. Sophie's 10 months old, but I'm just a mum. That wasn't enough for me. I know mums that like staying at home all day and fluffing about and cooking and cleaning. Not for me.
Yeah, that's totally fine. And look, my mum is the perfect example of a mum. She was just like, I was put on this planet to be a mum.
Wow.
And that was her.
Yep.
That was her mission in life.
Wonderful.
But then she also really struggled when we all fled the nest.
Yep.
She was like, now what the fuck do I do?
Yep.
Do you know? So there's another struggle.
Yep.
So that's again, like she identified as a mother, which is great.
Yep.
But she also didn't have anything else because she was more than a mum.
Of course she is.
And then the second she stops being a mum, it's like, who the fuck am I and what am I? So it's something that a lot of people struggle with.
You know what's interesting? I never understood why people would say to me, I'm not going to have kids. But now I understand why people don't have kids. I thought, that's so bold. They said, yeah, my husband's, he's getting the snip after our wedding. We decided not to have kids. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. I understand why people don't have kids. It's not for everyone. Also as well, without sounding negative, there is no guarantees that when you get married and have kids, it's going to be successful. So then you're on the other side, right?
Yeah.
You've experienced that?
Yeah.
You're on the other side now. So there's no, everyone thinks I get married, have kids and that's it. No, doesn't always work out that way. You find out who your partner is when you have children.
Yeah.
Does the man or the woman step up? When the woman's struggling, does a man step up? That's how you find out who they are.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's why people divorce in the first 12 months after when the baby's born. It's hard.
Yeah, 100%. And it's the thing of like, it's like choose your hard, right? Like if someone is the type of person who's like, I don't want kids, that's all good. And it's funny because the grass always seems greener. The amount of people I know without kids are like, I just want to have kids, blah, blah, blah. And the amount of people who have kids are like, God, I wish I had more time to myself. And so like, it's choose your heart. Like having kids are fucking hard. Being solo for the rest of your life, maybe might feel a little less purposeful potentially. Like you're just dealing with a different level of hard, you know?
So true.
It's an each of their own thing. And I think people need to walk their own paths. You know?
But you don't know until you actually experience it.
Yeah, of course.
But you know what? I'm so sorry. Unless you're actually a shit person, it's very hard to go, oh, motherhood's not for me. I'm just going to uproot and leave the family.
Yeah, look,
some mums do that. That's not nice, but you can't do that
and
when
a lot
you've
of
got a
dads
kid.
do it as well.
Dads do
and
it,
like I will say, I've been sort of in the dating scene for a while now, and it's always dads who are pieces of shit, right? I always meet all these mums who are single mums and like they've got their kids full time and stuff, and I respect them so much. Like there's nothing more that I respect, and I would respect a single dad, but I just see a lot more single mums who have the kids 100% because like I've got my kids 50% of the time, and my bandwidth is like fucked. Yeah. And then I meet these mums who are like, I've got my kid 90% of the time or 100% of the time, and I'm like, how the fuck are you even like surviving?
That's why single mums are so horny.
Oh, is that the thing?
You want to have wild sex? You have sex as a single mum, brother.
Okay.
It's really cooking with gas.
I'll have to make note of that one.
Yeah, you make note of it. I'm sure you'll experience that.
Okay.
But yeah.
So tell me, let's rewind a little bit on like, you know, you've been through a really tough time and it's made you a more resilient person. Mm-hmm. How can people listening become more resilient without something as catastrophic as that happening to them?
Now, I'm going to be a little bit cynical. I think you're either resilient or you're not. it's either you were raised like that and you've got a thick sort of coding for certain reasons, whether or not you experience trauma or you don't have it. It's like a bit of it. Some people have the pit bull, yeah? You either got it or you don't.
Bit of mongrel.
You got a mongrel, great term, very Australian, very Aussie of your mind. So that's what they're saying, narrow more, like bit of mongrel in your bra.
Oh, it's a review.
It's a
country
review
boy thing. Like, you
very
know what I
good.
mean? Yeah.
How do we build resilience? Okay, so for resilience to be built, it takes accountability. So it actually takes for someone to say, hey, I'm not doing well, or I could improve on that. You're always going to have friends or family members or people that you know that have the lack of accountability, which means that, number one, I don't want to face what I've done or my actions, therefore I'm not going to learn. Therefore they do no learning and they build no resilience. Stay away from those people. If you ever have a disagreement with someone that doesn't want to try and fix it or find out what have they done wrong and they don't want to move forward, stay away from those people. They've got no resilience and they're selfish. They're self-centered. I think resilient people are people that have been through things, but they actually want to learn about themselves and they actually care about other people. That's how you build resilience. It's by learning. If you're shut off, you don't take risks, you don't take opportunities because you're scared to fail, you're not resilient.
Okay.
Look at people saying these jobs, there's safety for 30 years. Oh, long service leave at 12 years. That's really great, Karen. Government jobs are safe. I was bred like that.
Yeah.
Government jobs are safe, Sophie.
Yeah. Well, then how did you break the mold if that's how you were raised?
Oh, I had to break the mold.
But how?
Because I just watched how boring it is. You know what I mean? And also as well, deeply unhappy. You do something for so long that you don't want to do, you become deeply unhappy. And
you seem like you've thrown your hat in the ring with a lot of things. You said, I didn't realize you were in advertising.
So much.
I do remember you were a cop as well.
So much.
So you've tried a lot of shit. I've done a whole bunch of different shit. I was in advertising as well, funny enough. So yeah, so you just try something and then when you realize you don't like it, you bail and just find the next thing. Like it's funny because that's today's generation, right? Parents' generation was like one job, one career, you shut up, you grin and bear it, no matter how shit it is, you just go and get it done. Our generation is so much more fluid. It's so much more like, well, that looks better. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. So,
and that's also the problem with the dating world. That's what it is as well. Everything is instantaneous. You go onto a social media like Instagram or a dating app and you've got 5 girls on the go, 5 boys. Yep. It's ruining relationships.
It's really fucked. But like, I think about this all the time because obviously I'm in the dating world at the moment. But like, what can you do about it? This is the modern world. And it's funny because I was talking to my mum and she's just like, people didn't stand like there were no options. Now, if a chick has an Instagram, she's got 30 guys in her DMs. She can just go boom, 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 start this guy.
You can literally
it's totally different. Back in the day, it's like, here's my phone number on a piece of paper.
Yep.
I have one guy's phone number. I'm meeting him on Friday. There's not 30 other guys in my inbox between now and then. It's totally different.
You go through your phone right now on your application and you've got one and you go through it and then there's 6 girls you can talk to. You can meet up tonight. You can set your thing to a radius of, Mossman Balgala and you're on a date with that night. And it's, I don't know.
What's the solution to fix that? Like, I don't know.
What's the solution to it? You need to raw dog life and find people naturally gravitate towards you. Can I just say as well, Jeffrey's named some people in this podcast that I actually know from dating, and it's funny. How small's the world?
Tiny.
Just what I mean. So you're reverting back to that. You got to find them organically, I think. I'm about that. I don't like the dating apps.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about it, so.
No, I don't have to worry, but I just couldn't imagine. Like scrolling through.
Oh, that's bad.
It's grim, isn't it?
Oh, like I must admit, the start was really bad. It was a lot to get used to, and then like I guess just like anything, resilience building.
Yeah,
you're just like this is the shit show. Accept it or get off the fucking boat.
Or choose your hard.
Yeah.
The grass is green where you water it.
Choose your hard. Go approach random people in the street and say like there's choose your hard. Exactly like you said.
100%. I think I don't know. Also as well, I'm going to touch base on this as well. So my father, he brought his first car dealership when he was about 30. And he's now one of the oldest car dealers for Ford in the whole of the country. He's had it for 38 years. And now he's got 2 kids. We're both PTs. My brother's in Bondi. And we just change sort of jobs every 2 to 3 years. And we're the complete opposite of what my mum and dad would deem as successful. Do you know what I mean? They say to my brother often, Ben, you need to stop training. Why do you want to look like that? Because he's so jacked. That old do you mean?
Brother, yeah.
Yet you need to save money. You need to pick safety. It's droned into us. But they're forsaking their happiness. Like, that's just, our world is so turbulent.
Well, that's good. You guys have been able to, I guess, be your more authentic selves.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Because a lot of people would get crippled under that and the expectations of parents and peer groups and family and all that sort of stuff. So you guys have both done pretty well to
Yeah, of course.
Be more like yourselves.
You have to be. Otherwise, you're going to be deeply unhappy. What's the point? Life's for living. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like I say to clients, if I don't gel with you as well in a PT session, I go manic and I do crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I scare the person away. And they do not rebook.
You do that on purpose? Or
Yeah.
you just,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You're joking. You're joking. Babe, you don't understand. People think, oh, yeah, like I've got strong boundaries. Like I really know. Babe, I know myself. This is what I'm going to tolerate and I will not tolerate that. I don't care who you are. It's not worth $80 to me. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you basically indirectly fire clients.
Yeah, absolutely. I indirectly get happy when they go, blah, blah, blah. Can't do it next week.
Okay. Tell me, when was the last time you surprised yourself, Sophie?
Last time I surprised myself, my goodness me. When was the last time I surprised myself? That's a great question. Surprise, that's a, you know what? Actually, I'm going to refer back to this. I think I surprised myself when I actually had our son vaginally with no epidural and no drugs.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
well, sorry. Sorry, that's painful.
Yeah.
I did that.
That's impressive.
And you know what everyone says to me?
You knew you wanted to do that? You were just like, I just wanted.
I didn't have a choice.
You wanted to raw dog.
I
Oh,
was
you
too-
didn't have a choice.
I was too far in.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
And I now look at my friends and they say, how on earth did you do that with no drugs? I said, I don't know. It was single-handedly the most painful thing I've ever experienced. That surprised me. I'm still surprised that my relationship is still together. That surprised me because, I'm surprised about that. I fell pregnant to this man, Jason, the second night. His mum died 11 days later. We had a premature baby at 34 weeks and we opened up a business when he was 1 year old and we've been together for nearly 6 years. Is it hard? Yes. But that's surprising. I'm sorry, that's not an attack on Jason. I'm surprised we're still together. Most relationships don't even survive that and they've had no death, no hardship. They've had the honeymoon stage. We've had none of that. That surprised me. And he loves me for every bit that I am. God can be pretty wild, crazy,
Yeah.
He loves it. Well, I think he does anyway.
Well, that's beautiful. And they say couples that have been through a lot, actually, it makes you stronger.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a probably an unspoken connection with Jason I have that I in my life now what I know, I would tell people not to settle for that unless they have that. We're like best friends. So that surprised me actually.
Okay.
That I could get along with someone so well and someone would actually accept me for who I am. I've had a lot of trouble dating men and they're just like, oh, don't do that, don't say that. So that's been nice. That surprised me.
Yeah, radical acceptance.
Radical acceptance.
Yeah.
Can't control her. He says, I can't control that thing. I said, thing? I'm a girl. He goes, well, I can't control that. I said, please don't. Don't even
Well, he
try.
accepts you for who you are, and that's like the sign of a great relationship, right?
He loves it.
Okay.
Absolutely loves it.
Okay, so tell me, what do you do for fun outside of the training, the cafe? Can we talk about that on camera?
Of course we can. Yes, of course. What do we do for fun, Sophie Handsaker?
Like, what lights you up? Any hobbies? Anything weird like
What
that?
lights me up? Okay, well, there's a couple of words there, and the one word would be party. I've always been the party gal, and take that as however you want to take that. I am definitely a rhythm dancer. Like I am still that girl that wants to be going, sweating, my bikini in Ibiza. I'm still that gal. I still want to go to the pool parties. I'm still going to do it. I still party. I love it. I love high energy. I love going to concerts. I haven't let that side go. You will know this as a father, and then also mums know this. People stop having fun. Oh, I can't do that. I'm a mum now. Babe town, don't let yourself go and start wearing the moo-moo and you know what I mean? And look after yourself. I still party. You can't control that at me. I've always been like that. And thankfully my partner likes to party as well. So we party together and I love it. My ex was so boring. If we ever did anything that was, out of the scope, he'd say, you really going to do that? I said, yeah, I am. Like, you're not going to have some fun? No fun. That's not good. I'll tell you an example. I was in Fiji on a holiday with him and I started drinking at 10 a.m. Wow. Drinking at 10 a.m. Whoa, that's extreme. Not even extreme. And he says to me, Sophie, are you really going to have that cocktail at 10 a.m.? My head went ding, 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 ding. I need to fucking break up with this bloke. And we broke up a week later after 5 years.
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Babe, let
Just
loose.
unaligned, right?
Just-
Not aligned.
Just you need to align. Excuse the pun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what I do for, party, dancing. I love fashion, that sort of thing. I'm also
dressed to the nines today. I
dressed
love
to the nines
outfit.
today.
Maybe
Yeah.
the best fitted guest we've had 10
Oh
episodes
my
in,
goodness,
potentially.
thank you.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's a big one.
Another one is I love solitude. Do you find that? Busy mind can be by
Yeah,
yourself.
I think I'm a very introverted person, right? I get energized from being alone. Totally. I don't get energy from being, I can be in crowds, but I
Yep.
have to spend alone time. Otherwise I
It's me.
I don't feel myself.
Yep.
Totally.
So driving from the Central Coast to here today and listening to some music, that's therapy to me.
What were you cranking?
Oh, a bit of everything. Rhythm is a dancer. No, I literally crank everything. I'm out of love, set me free.
Whoa,
like everything.
hello. Was
Yeah.
this the voice now? Or are we
Yeah,
doing a
that's it.
podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spin
Okay.
around your chair, please. No, I'm the same. So do you find though you get overstimulated, overstimmed and need to be by yourself?
Yeah. Oh, especially being a dad now, right? Because you have these two little things. Like sometimes I'll get to like 8 a.m. and I'll be like, I have had 300 questions fired at me and I'm already done for the day.
Yep.
My brain's already out. Like I've had these two little humans at me for already 2 hours and
Yep.
I am like, I've made 200 decisions. It's not even 8 a.m. yet.
Yep.
And I just feel fucked.
And which one's worse, the boy or the girl?
I've got two girls.
Oh, you got which
but
one?
my 3-year-old is like, she's a lot.
She doesn't
She
shut up.
doesn't stop. She doesn't stop. She won't leave me alone. It has to be in the bathroom with me. If I go upstairs to get changed, she's upstairs watching me get changed.
Is she?
And it's just like I can't like go into another room without her just following me around. So
And so is
it's a
she
lot.
the
And they
eldest?
say like touch fatigue. She's the youngest, my 3-year-old, and then my 5-year-old's a bit more chilled now. She kind of does her own thing.
So she doesn't follow you around.
Nowhere near as much as my 3-year-old. My
Oh my
3-year-old's
God, I
like
love
in your
her.
face. She's in your face. She's intense.
So if you sit down, she's got to sit on
She'll
you.
find out what room I'm in and be like, you know, I'm in the bathroom. I sometimes shut the door and lock it so I can hear them. And she'll go into like this. We have a little trap door and she'll watch me through this weird little trap door.
And what does she say to you?
Nothing. She just watches me.
Oh, she's so
Yeah,
sweet.
it's so funny. And it's so cute. And I saw this thing the other day. Have you heard of Sahil Bloom? So he's like this New York Times bestselling author. I'm not sure what his book is, but he had this post and he said, your kids, you're going to be their favorite person until they turn 10 years old. And after that, see you later. They've got friends. They've got, you know, sporting teams.
Yep.
They've got teachers, boyfriends, girlfriends. And the amount of time you spend with your kids drops off significantly from 10 on.
Yep.
Right. So I have this little thing that's so obsessed with me and I'm her whole entire world.
Yep.
And sometimes I'm like, get the fuck away from me. But
Yep.
I need to pull myself back and be like, I'm not going to be a favorite thing forever.
Yeah, I try to do
From
that.
the age of 13, she's probably going to hate me for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like most teenagers.
Yeah, but
Parents become lame. They become shit. I didn't
Yeah.
want to spend any time with my parents when I was in my teens.
do you feel that way about your parents now?
No. So it comes full circle.
Okay, that's what I'm saying
you know,
because
you get redemption when you get older, and
Yeah.
you want to spend time with your parents. But like when you're in those teenage years, you're like, get away from me.
Yep.
Like
I
that's
can't
what
wait
was
for
like
that.
anyway. So
I
you
can't
can't
wait. I
wait
can't wait
taken
for
away
that.
from me.
I said to Jace the other day, there's a sports college on the Central Coast. They leave home at 7 o'clock and come back at 5. And he goes,
You got to get them trained up.
yeah, I'm not going to put him in at kindergarten. And he said, so that's so mean. I said, I'd love that. So do you know this? Do you know what Jordan Peterson classifies as successful parenting?
No.
It's a child that is independent enough to live on their own means, their own being, but wants to come back and spend family and birthdays with their parents. That means you've succeeded.
Yeah, okay.
My child is independent enough, socially acceptable to go and live life in their own means, but they always want to come back for birthday and Christmas and they check in with you. That's the successful parenting.
Yeah, I
and that's
like
what I
that.
want to raise in our son.
Okay.
He's independent, but he still wants to come back and hang out.
Yeah. Hang out with a cool party mom and
Yeah.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
well, also as well, I want to denote as well, we're obviously trying for our second baby and it's very challenging. My son does not let me near Jason. So if I'm hugging Jason, he comes in the middle of us.
Yeah.
If I kiss Jason, he wipes the kiss off Jason's mouth, doesn't let me near him. Then Jason's touched out, so now it's mummy's turn. Nah, I've had enough. And that's hard.
It's hard. It's hard to find the time and space for
hard.
any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I get it. Trust me. Tell me something you couldn't live without.
So many things. You know what, babe? I'm a fatty at heart.
Okay.
I love food. You're joking.
I feel like the fitness industry attracts people like this because I'm the same.
Oh,
Like I
you-
love to eat and I basically, like I don't train to eat, but like the fact that I train a lot allows me to eat what I want
Yep.
and not, you know,
Yep.
blow up.
So it sounds really silly. What I couldn't live with that, surface level, holidays. I love holidaying. Yep. Second one, sunshine. I'm a beach girl. I'm coastal.
Yeah.
I love being underwater. Obviously as well, you know, if you're begin for real, like my friends and family, like my team, my squad. My squad's, you know, my brother, my mum and dad, my partner and my son, of course.
The inner circle, yeah, I like to call that, yeah.
Yeah, it's close. I keep those people very close to me. I think that is probably the most important thing. Also, as well, remembering that the family that you actually are creating is more important than the family that you've got.
Yeah.
It's something I've learned as well.
Okay. Who taught you that?
Well, I've just had some family conflict recently, and I've just learnt now that the family that I'm actually creating is more important than the family that, you know, is creating conflict. Put your family first.
Yeah.
It's what you're creating. Focus on that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the others.
Love that.
Yeah.
And you can decide what's important to you or not. Because I feel like a lot of people, like, their families might be toxic. So they might have to distance themselves from certain family members. So you might have friends who are more like family than your
Yes, of course.
But you might feel guilty for spending more time with friends because they're not your blood. But you know, hang out with people who actually light you up and are good for you, not just because they're blood, because they might be terrible for you.
Just because their family doesn't make them good for you. The other thing as well, you'll notice this. You've got siblings. I've got a sibling. You'll see people that interact with their siblings are good mates, and then you'll see people that are not close to their siblings at all. There is nothing wrong with that. You don't have, just because you have 4 kids in your family doesn't mean they're all going to get along, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm best friends with my brother. I know other family, like people that are not close to their siblings. Are you close to your siblings?
Not really, to be honest.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not super close.
Also, could you call up your brothers and sisters and like have a chat and how you going?
Yeah,
and catch up?
they'd be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You talk to them regularly?
I wouldn't say too regularly. We're really different. We're all adopted at birth, right?
Yeah.
So we're all very we're so different. And we all kind of like just going our separate ways a little bit as we go on. Like we still like see each other at family events, still talk, but we're not like best friends.
And how many?
We're 2 little brothers.
Okay, 2 little brothers.
Yeah.
And how old are they?
34 and 33.
And have they got their own children?
One basically has 2 kids and one is trying for a baby now. Yeah.
And do your girls see those kids?
Yeah, they do.
Okay,
So the cousins hang out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, they get along really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, so we're going to wrap it up with the last couple of questions here.
Here we go.
So tell me, what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given? And if you remember who it's from, bonus points.
Bonus points. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use a real life situation. When my late partner passed away, my father gave me very simple information. I used to cry to him a lot down the phone, like, you know, he's sad from trauma. And he used to tell me that the sun will keep on rising, obviously. So what he's telling me is that the sun will keep on rising, days will keep on progressing, and you're going to look back and you're going to waste years and years on grief. So I actually got that tattooed on me. It says the sun will rise, which was one of the sayings that really helped me through my grief. Time keeps on going, Sophie. So you're going to sit in this room and cry in a dark space or whatever, and you're going to miss some work and not do this. The sun's going to keep rising. You're going to miss days. Keep going forward. Another good one is don't let fear hold you back. Don't be scared. We're all scared.
Yeah.
Everyone's scared to fail. Like you failed, we've all failed. But if you do not give it a crack, then you don't know. But pivotal advice in anyone in a relationship, I have always gone to relationships and shown the whole side of me. I don't hold anything back. If you're entering a relationship, show them whole hog. If they don't like the whole hog, then you can walk away knowing that wasn't for me, but I gave it 100%. Never give anything 90%.
Yeah.
Because you're going to live with regret, and regret is awful.
Yeah.
Go hard, 100%, because if it fails or it didn't work out, you actually can't look back on yourself, I didn't do that. Go hard or go home.
I really love that. And that sort of talks, like I think a lot of people, you know, like we talked before, we're tribe animals, right? And we want to be accepted, and like we want to enter relationships and we want to mold ourselves into what the other person wants. And I've definitely been guilty of that. Yep. And you're totally right. Don't be scared to scare off the wrong person, because what's for you won't miss you, right?
No. And if they want to be with you, they will be. So the right people always, it's so stupid. And you know what they say?
Cliche as fuck, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, they say, you know when you know. Trust me, you know when you know. You'll meet that person.
Yeah.
When I first hugged Jason in the cafe before we actually had sex, energy ran through our body and I pushed him away, and he went, "Oh, you can feel that." And this energy had run through my body. I walked away from the cafe where he was working. I come back another time. We saw each other, had sex that night, fell pregnant, and it was like serendipity. How on earth do you fall pregnant to a guy that you meet having sex 2 or 3 times within 48 hours? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy shit.
It will find you.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad. You know, you might get knocked up to the wrong person. That's just, feel sorry for you.
That has happened, to some people. So
yeah, that does,
I guess the universe works in mysterious ways, and you were blessed in your certain circumstances, it sounds like. Okay, one more. We've got, if you could have a beer, dead or alive, with anyone, who would it be, and what would you be drinking? I want to know.
Okay, so this one's probably a bit emotional for me. The deceased person would actually be my partner's mum. So she died when I was pregnant. apparently was an absolute saint, like a saint of a woman, like Mother Teresa. And they're the qualities that Jason carries. And I'd love to meet her and talk about that. And also, obviously, she was allergic to alcohol, I believe. So maybe I don't know what we'd have. Might be a mocktail. I would love to talk to her. And obviously, like, to show her how well that her son's doing and meet Albie, because Albie's is a special person. But the other person is actually Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sad story.
Yeah.
Had to wear a mask.
Yeah.
That's sad. I find that very confronting. That's a very confronting story for me.
Yeah, what would you want to ask him?
Oh, are you actually okay? Like, that's hard, man. He's a very talented actor. If you go back and watch his films, you can actually see a bit of the pain in his eyes in some of his actual roles, and that's heavy. It's a heavy. Someone that's alive, though, well, I mean, you can't go past Kevin Hart.
Oh, you like Kevin Hart?
Absolute
Okay, yeah.
fucking riot he would be. People like that. People get crazy, you know, Kevin Hart, Jim Carrey. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Bit like
Little
that.
cuckoo.
Yeah, a bit cuckoo.
Little
bit
twisted, I like it.
Johnny Depp, hello.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
People like that. That have got a bit of mongrel. They're not right in the head. I like those people.
Yeah.
They usually got the
More
best
interesting.
stories. Yeah, and they're probably, people think they're wild, but they're probably pretty calm.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. Is there a final message you'd like to leave the people with?
This is the message. The universe favors the bold.
Love it.
Me too.
Love it, Mrs. Handsaker.
Mrs. Handsaker, guys.
Oh
Love
my
it.
God. So talk to me. If people want to sort of check you out, listen to your podcast, follow your journey, fitness stuff.
Yep.
Where can they find you? I know you're not a big self-promoter, but let's go a little bit.
I think
Come on.
Management sort of asked me, no, I'm joking. So this is a privacy clause. Joking. Okay, so can I say that? Yeah. I'm pretending someone was there, guys. No one's there. Had to bring that in because I got that like funny bite about me. How would you find me? I've actually got 2 Instagram pages. Fitness by Sophie Handsaker. The next one is That's Full On Podcast by Sophie Handsaker.
When's the next episode coming out?
I'm not sure, but also importantly, guys, if you want to come and have a decent coffee, come to the Central Coast and come to Albie's Coffee Bar.
I have to check it out. My folks have a place at McMaster's Beach, so
Of course they do, darling.
I'll come and see you. I'm darling.
Of course they do. Come down to McMaster's, have a cappuccino.
Fucking oath. All right, it's been a fucking pleasure, Soph. Just
So
like I
good to see you.
expected and forecasted.
Yep.
I'll get you on again sometime.
And can I also say you have not aged a fucking day, bro. Whatever you're having in your diet, you look exactly the same. Not even joking.
Fuck, I'll take that as a compliment.
It's a massive compliment. Do I look the same?
Of course you
Do
do.
I?
Fantastic. I mean,
Yes.
you rock into my house today in a beautiful pink,
Oh,
bubbly,
guys.
bright, just like I remember you.
That's lovely.
So
Thank you.
it's been amazing, guys. Share the episode with a friend if you got something out of it, guys. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Can't
Thank
wait.
you so much, Soph.
Thank you so much.